Tonight we are talking about all things dealing with personal injury. If you have a question, please give us a call, 529-1955 is our telephone number. We actually have Reginald over in Bush Hills who is holding steady on the line. Reginald, we certainly appreciate that. If you will, go right ahead with your question tonight.
I had a situation where I was paying rent to stay in a place, and the guy wasn't really taking care of the place. So I was asleep in the bed one night, and I got bit by one of his rats.
Is this one of his pet rats?
No, they weren't pets.
Okay. I'm sorry, when you said his rats, I wasn't sure. So it was a rat that was in on his property is what you're saying?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
I mean, there were plenty of them there.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And you're just wondering if you could potentially have a case?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Darius?
So if I'm hearing this correctly, it wasn't his place. He was staying with a friend, and then that friend
Or someone.
and that person wasn't taking care of their place.
Yes.
Which caused the rats.
Yes.
And he wondered if he can sue.
Yes.
Okay. So in that particular situation, I'll say this. So whenever you're harmed or injured on someone else's property, typically the only thing you can sue is their homeowners or renters insurance. Now, a lot of that depends on the situation. It depends on what their insurance covers. In this particular situation, I'm going to be hard pressed to think that they're going to have something to cover a rat bite. However, what I would do is to get a copy of that insurance policy if they have it, if they even have insurance. Try to get a copy of the insurance policy, consult an attorney, see if it's something they could possibly take. But I will tell you, Reginald, it's probably unlikely that you'd be able to file suit on that particular claim, but it's always worth a try.
And what if Reginald had leased the apartment? Would that be a different story?
That would be a much different story. So
Okay.
if Reginald had leased the apartment, and for instance he realized that there was a rat or mice problem going on in the apartment, what Reginald would have to do is he'd have to contact the landlord in writing, let them know that, hey, there's an infestation, I need you guys to take care of this, and you keep doing it until they get it done. Because if they don't get it done and you get bitten in that instance, then you can have a suit against the landlord. But it's a little bit of a different situation if you are the person leasing the apartment or if you're just a visitor to someone else's apartment. So.
Well, and I think that's good information just for folks who are watching tonight who may live in apartments. If you run across a problem, don't just call the landlord. Make sure there's a paper trail or at least an electronic trail.
Exactly.
Always.
Yes. There was a question I was going to ask regarding that as well. Oh, medical bills. So back to Reginald's original situation. If he's got medical bills that are out of control, can he go back to the guy then and say, your insurance needs to help with this, or he's got to cover it all on his own?
Where's that? You can always go back and ask, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can always go back and ask, and possibly this friend helps him out with that.
Yeah.
Or possibly, it's unlikely that the insurance will help out with it, but you never know. I've seen insurance companies accept liability for things I did not think they would accept liability for.
Okay.
So it's always a possibility. I just think it's highly unlikely in this particular situation.
Gotcha. Well, Reginald, first of all, we're just sorry that this happened to you, and certainly hope that you're okay, because I know sometimes that can be a difficult situation. You just don't know where rats have been, and so health-wise,
Sure.
that can be challenging. But certainly wish you the very best with that situation. Thank you so much for calling in as well.